is a high likelihood that if somebody's talking about millennials, they're bringing up millennials in a negative light. They're the reason why this market is crashing. They're a reason why there's not enough kids. They're the reason why blah 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 blah. Millennials, millennials, millennials. They are the problem. Okay, I get that millennials are a problem for all the people who have sold out. And there are many of them, usually in the older generations. The old hippies that once believed in free love and blah 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 realized that they weren't going to get their way. And they sold out. They bought into the bullshit that they were fighting against just to get by. And now millennials are basically in the same boat, in the same hippie-like boat, trying to make the world better, to have their voices be heard. And now it's the old hippies, the ex-hippies, that are standing in the fucking way, saying, yeah, I remember when I did that. You guys are stupid and useless. Or was it when you were younger, when you had more hope, that you realized there was a giant problem? And it's only now that you burrowed yourself into that flawed system that you're like, no, 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 please don't mess with the system. It's good to go. We have to let it keep going. This is the way it was meant to be. No, it was not the way it's meant to be. Millennials, in my personal opinion, are we're potentially the cure to a diseased society, diseased world, a diseased economy, a diseased system of corruption and greed. Millennials are the cure. We are the ones that are trying to ensure that something gets done. We don't want to be like the hippie generation, where after all is said and done, all we have to go back on are trippy flashbacks and some shitty music. No, we got the shitty music. We got the good drugs. Okay, so we're already on par with the hippies. Now it's time to actually make a fucking difference in this world. Something that will benefit our children and our children's children and so on and so forth. So, don't listen to people when they say millennials are the problem. Millennials are only the problem for those who want the status quo to continue. The status quo being greed, corruption, manipulation, racism, hate. All sorts of violence for any fucking reason. That's the status quo. That's what people are saying that millennials are trying to destroy. The hate, the violence, the racism, the anti-LGBTQIA2S+ community. It's It's their death throes. It's the old generation realizing that their way is no longer acceptable. That we, the millennials, have recognized that it is flawed. That their system, the one that they fed into as hippies and ensured that it got just a little bit worse, is now so bad that millennials are having a hard time making a go of it. And a lot of us as millennials are seeing how hard it is and being like, oh, so now I have a choice. I can bear down, sell out, and try and make the best out of this horribly greedy and manipulative system. Or I can put a little energy and a little bit of sweat and blood into making it better. Better for myself, better for my family, better for my children, better for my grandchildren. Just better. And surprise, surprise, the ones who are standing in our way are the ones who benefit from all that greed, that manipulation, that hate, that anger. They're the ones that are saying, millennials, not good. Not good for their bottom line. Good for the world? Absolutely. So, we just need to stop listening to these dumbasses, these previous generations who have already given up on making the world better, who are simply just trying to squeeze as much as they can out of the system. Because they were taken advantage of when they were younger, and now they want to be the ones that get to take advantage of us. So then we come along and are like, well, no, we're not going to allow it. A guffaw, sir, a guffaw. I had it happen to me. You need to have it happen to you. That's the way it goes. No, that was the way it did go. That's the way it has gone. But that was before the millennial generation showed up to fix this fucking problem. So, millennials are good. The ones who are claiming that millennials are bad are generally speaking on the wrong side of history. They're the ones that are saying that there's an excuse for racism. There's an excuse for hate. There's an excuse for why there's so many homeless or unhoused people. It's okay. That's a part of the system. We have to support the system, and the system will not give a shit about us. That's how it goes. No. No. It shouldn't go like that. And it's up to the millennials to make it better. So, it's up to us. Are we going to be the sellouts like the old hippie generation, become the ones that are standing on the backs of the future generation that's going to try and make things better? I hope not.